We have yet again another update on this new $2,000 stimulus check originally announced by the president just last weekend. And here we are about a week later, and we're getting all kinds of updates on this. So I know that a lot of you here in this community, based on what I'm reading down below in the comments section, want these updates as this information is coming across the wire. So to maintain my commitment to you and everything that many of you here in the community have been asking for, I want to bring you these updates as this information is hitting the wire. And yes, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, was out yet again today in yet again another interview, doubling down on the distribution of these $2,000 payments. And I want to share with you a little bit more about what he said just today on the $2,000, and again, answering some of the questions that I've seen showing up down below in the comments section from a lot of you here in the community, wondering when are we going to get it, who's going to be included, when's it going to arrive, I'll believe it when I see it. All kinds of comments like this I get all the time, every single day. All right, so what's super interesting about this is, again, it was exactly 1 week ago. Last Sunday is when the president originally wrote out with his post on social media saying at least, or a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Super interesting, right? That was just 1 week ago now. Since then, we've heard out of the president twice on this. We've heard out of the Treasury Secretary on Wednesday of last week, so just a few days ago. We heard out of the Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt, again, that was just a couple days ago. We also heard out of Kevin Hassett, the economic advisor, heard about out of him. And now today we heard again out of the Treasury Secretary. So literally in the last week, we've heard twice out of the president, twice out of the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, out of the Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt, and out of the economic advisor, Kevin Hassett. So a lot of people within the current administration coming forward, really showing their commitment and really doubling down on the distribution of these payments. So again, I know that a lot of you here in the community wondering when is this going to be arriving. And again, just want to bring you information as we're getting it across the wire here. Anyway, so this just arrived, and what just came out today, this interview out of the Treasury Secretary. Let me break down some of the key points as far as what he indicated. He reiterated twice within this interview today that yes, this would need to be done through congressional action. This is a big one as well, that a lot of people are wondering about, like, oh, when are they going to do something like this? You know, can he just write an executive order? When are they going to do something like this? Well, just like the Treasury Secretary said, and just like virtually any piece of legislation, it would need to be done through the normal traditional congressional process, right? That's generally how they get most legislation done. Obviously, there is the option to do executive order with a lot of things, but I also want to point something else out. We've heard this since the summer. What did they do over the summer? They passed a multi-trillion-dollar tax cut bill, right? The OBBB, which we've talked about many times, well, several months ago. Haven't really talked about it much lately because it was passed and signed into law back on July 4th. But point being is that was a reconciliation bill. This could be done as well. This $2,000 that they keep talking about, this could easily be done through a reconciliation bill. Okay, they could easily do that. So there's all kinds of ways out that they could do this. Again, through the reconciliation bill, they could do just a traditional piece of legislation where all lawmakers come together on this and support it. So anyway, there's a lot of different ways that they could get this done. They've also indicated as well that they have enough money coming in through the tariffs that they could distribute this money. Well, if you heard me talk about it last Sunday, I ran the numbers on this, and it would cost about $600 billion. That's the initial numbers that I calculated in that live stream again last Sunday, like moments after the president announced this. In fact, the exact number that I calculated was $568 billion. Obviously, that was just the number, so we're kind of rounding it up to $600 billion, but either way, still a lot of money. But anyway, when? Okay, when? This is another really big question a lot of people want to know is when? When are we going to get it? Is it going to be this week? Probably not going to be this week, okay? In fact, it's not going to be this week, I'll tell you that much. But what they're indicating is likely early next year is, again, what they continue to basically emphasize. We've heard this multiple times out of many different people, likely early next year. But I also want to preface it by saying this. The MO with lawmakers is what? We're going to do it this day, or we're going to do it this time frame, and then what do? Come in and they stall and they take forever, and then it lasts, it happens like 2 or 3 months after when they originally say. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different things that are happening right now. But point being with that is that if they wanted to, they could do this very, very quickly. They could do this very fast if they wanted to. They could also do it very slow because that's just generally how lawmakers work, very slowly, right? But anyway, also reiterated today out of the Treasury Secretary is likely early next year is what he's indicating here as far as the distribution of this money to people, okay? He also indicated today that it would be dedicated for individuals under a certain income threshold. What's interesting about this is we've only heard the one instance on Wednesday, so just a few days ago, when the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and again, I played the video clip of him speaking from a few days ago. I had that video out, okay, and you could hear it very clearly. It's right here on the channel from a few days ago. I had the clip of him speaking on Wednesday, and he said those individuals, or basically incomes under $100,000. Okay, that was what he said a few days ago. Now, today, he did not indicate an exact dollar amount, but he did indicate under a certain income threshold. Also consistent with what the president said last Sunday in his post on social media, indicating not including high-income people, right? So anyway, again, I will bring you the dedicated clip that came out today of the Treasury Secretary. I wanted to jump on this live stream right here, right now, just like moments after this all happened. I wanted to jump on this live stream and say, hey, let you know, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was just out a little while ago talking about this again. But I want to bring you that clip. I'll bring you the clip in a separate video. I think many of you here in the community that watch these videos know this, but as a blind person, unfortunately, I'm not fancy like the other guys here on the tube that can just like pull up a computer and like play a clip right on the screen in the middle of a live stream. As a blind person, because that's what I am, that's like a nightmare for me, okay? I'll do my very best, but I can come back in a dedicated video and I will share with you the clip of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent speaking today on this $2,000 payment. But I wanted to jump on here immediately, as quick as I could, and just bring you this information, letting you know, hey, they're talking about it still. This is not over with. This is not done. This is very exciting still, very much a real thing. I would imagine we're going to get more information about this throughout the week. This week, we're probably going to get a whole lot more information. There's a lot of people out there asking a lot of questions, as in, when's it going to hit? Who's going to be eligible for it? Give us more specifics on this. And that's what they continue to do here in these interviews, which is really, really good. And they continue to reiterate their commitment to this $2,000 payment. That's great. I mean, that is really, really good that they continue to commit to this money to go out to the people. And again, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again really quickly. Considering how much they continue to commit to this and tell us how much they want to do this for us, it's really good, but they really need to follow through with it at the same time. Otherwise, there's just going to be a lot of really upset people if this doesn't actually happen. And again, they continue to make it sound like, oh, don't worry, it's actually going to happen. So I'll keep you posted on this. Anyway, wanted to jump on here because, again, I know I see a number of comments all across the board. Some people coming out saying, oh, can't wait for this to happen. And other people coming out saying, yeah, right, this will never happen. They never follow through with anything they say or something like that, right? So again, there's this whole great divide. And realistically, will it happen? I don't know. Nobody really knows. They continue to tell us it's going to happen. Don't worry, it's going to happen. It'll come. It's going to happen. We're going to send this $2,000 out to everybody. Okay. I guess we'll just have to take their word for it, and just time will tell. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that we have at this point is just time and further details on this, okay? Anyway, they have multiple different ways that they could do this. They claim that they have the money from the tariff revenues, and they can easily distribute this. Even the economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, said it the other day in that clip that I shared with you. I think it was on Thursday. I shared the clip with you. Maybe it was Friday. It was either Thursday or Friday. I shared a video where I shared the clip of all these people talking. And obviously, I have more based on the clip that came out today from Treasury Secretary. Anyway, stand by. I will bring you a dedicated video maybe a little bit later. I don't know, whenever I can make it for you. Probably a little bit later. Okay, give me a little bit of time here. But I will feature that clip that came out today of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent talking on this and what else we need to know about it, the $2,000. Okay? Anyway, like I said, maintaining my commitment, my promise, my dedication to you in this community. As information hits the wire, I'll be here for you, right by your side, no matter what, breaking it all down, bringing you the information, and help you understand this as far as what's going on right now. This is what's hitting today. Again, Doesn't matter. Weekday, weekend, does not matter. There's always information coming out. And again, I'm going to continue to watch it and bring it to your attention. Anyway, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing. Stay tuned. Give me a little bit of time here. I'll prepare that video for you and bring you that information of the Treasury Secretary. Yeah. Anyway, hope this helps you. Again, please consider subscribing. A lot of things going on the next couple of weeks. And Seth, I'm going to say this. Between now and probably the end of March next year, it's going to be a lot of things happening, especially between now and the end of the year and the first few months of next year. Obviously, I just said that. It's going to be very, very busy. A lot of things happening, a lot of things that are coming out, a lot of new developments, a lot of things that are just shifting in a massive way. Anyway, stay tuned. Please consider subscribing if you have not done so yet. Share the video, big share button down below. Otherwise, stand by. I'll see you again very soon. I'm going to make that video for you and feature that clip, and then I'll see you again here in just a little while. Hope this helps you. Enjoy. Thanks again for watching this. I appreciate all of you. And again, remember, I'm here on your team. I'm here to help you. I'm here to represent you. I'm here to advocate for you. I'm here to do whatever I possibly can to point out any money, programs, anything you can possibly get your hands on right now. That's my dedication, has been for years, and I'm not deviating from that in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a nice afternoon, and I'll see you again in a little while here in the next video featuring that clip of the Treasury Secretary. All right, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. All right, so I'm going to hit this button here, and it's going to start talking. Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll see you in a little while.